Hello everybody and welcome back to our October flower of the month, the chrysanthemum. We are today focusing on the single bloomed chrysanthemum. So that's basically a chrysanthemum that's been disbudded just to create a single bloom at the top of the stem rather than multiple blooms. So got a little bit of a selection of chrysanthemum blooms here today for you to look at. All probably more the concave style blooms rather than convex. So concave is where the blooms curve inward rather than outward. So just to introduce you to some of the varieties that we have here. This one here is aljonka salmon. So rather lovely colour, very muted, very subtle colour tone, that one. Then we have this absolutely beautiful one called Vienna. How scrummy is that? Then we have one I'm sure you're probably quite familiar with. This one's called Anastasia green. There is one very similar that's called shamrock. So yeah, very, very popular, that one. And then the last one I have to show you today is this rather lovely one. So a perfect colour scheme, this one, for this time of the year. Got that autumnal feel to it. If I just very gently remove one of the petals. So cruel. You can see it's almost two-toned. So the inside petal there is red and the outer is that bronze colour. So yeah, that would work so beautifully for an autumnal arrangement. So that's my introduction to the single chrysanthemum bloom and the varieties. Just a little bit about the bloom chrysanthemum. So the head sizes, because the stem has been disbudded, it does actually facilitate a larger bloom at the top of the stem. So you can see we've got a bit of a mix of head sizes here. The Astro, for example, has a head size of approximately 10, maybe 11 centimetres, but that's actually not fully developed yet. They're only in today, so they're still in relatively tight bud form. So you can probably anticipate another 4 centimetres when it's fully developed. The Anastasia, so you've got an approximate diameter of 11 centimetres on that. I would say, particularly with the Anastasia varieties, more often than not, the longer the stem, the slightly larger head you get on those, simply because it's been growing that little bit longer and had an opportunity to produce a slightly larger head. Now, going on to the beautiful Vienna, you have an approximate head size there of 16 centimetres. So quite a considerably larger bloom. And then the salmon, aljonka, you've got a head size of approximately 12 centimetres. So you can see quite a variance in head sizes. Okay. They are sold in multiples of 10 stems and you get a single variety within that 10 stems. So you have to buy 10 of each variety. Okay. So they're used for probably larger work, I would say. I mean, if you can imagine a few of these as your focal point in a pedestal, that would work really, really well. So probably statement arrangements, something a little bit bolder. Contemporary styles work very well with a bloom chrysanthemum because you can use just a single variety flower. So as with all things, the more flowers and varieties and textures you add, the more of a country garden sort of natural arrangement you get. If you use a single variety, you get a much more structured, more contemporary feel. So a single chrysanthemum bloom does lend itself to that style arrangement. So conditioning. Now, quite funkily, when your chrysanthemums arrive, depending on the variety that you choose, you may find that they come with their own little hairnet. How cute is that? So just while you're conditioning it, I should say, it's the same principle as with any other cut flowers. Cut about 3 centimetres off the bottom of the stem at an angle. Remove any of the leaves that are going to be below the waterline, and then pop them into buckets of fresh clean water. Now when your netted blooms have had probably between 4 and 6 hours drink and rehydration, you can then remove the hairnet very gently, and you can almost see instantly how they develop. But you can appreciate they need to rehydrate and become turgid before you remove those hairnets. Otherwise the head's going to be very, very heavy and you might get the head fall off, unfortunately. Okay, so a little bit of care and attention if you've got them with hairnets on. They have an incredibly long shelf life. You're probably looking at a minimum of 2 weeks for this type of chrysanthemum bloom. And they come in a wide variety of colours, shapes and textures, as you can see. So that's our chrysanthemum bloom. Very underrated, I think. Very good value for money, and suitable for pretty much any occasion. So I hope you've enjoyed our infomercial today. Do please join us again, and don't forget to like us, share us with your friends, and do visit our YouTube channel for lots more tips and hints and designs, and also arrangements using these beautiful chrysanthemums. So keep watching, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye for now.